The event-based composition may also be applied to standard web application. That we show in this section is flow-based for standard web service and standard web application. The event-based also can be applied to standard web application and web service. However, it suggested that the middle proxy server is used for the reason that when everything is updated in real time, the host device may have difficulty in handling the continuous data streams for many client devices. The next section is about standard web application. So when the client device do not have the capability to connect to camera or GPS, or do not have internet connection, they can execute a mashup from standard or connected device. So it is in contrast to standard web service. The standard web application mashup provide a complete mashup application that can be accessed via the client device browser. We will show the next example about standard GPS mashup for iPod Touch and iPad. So I will stop here first. So the iPod Touch in the first generation do not have the GPS sensor, so you can connect to the standard web application to use all the GPS sensor and execute the mashup, and then take the result to display on the browser on the iPod Touch screen. So if you just only implement the things in standard web service, you can only see things in text like this in JSON format. But if you implement the mashup in standard web application, so you will see the whole mashup execution in the form of web application. So I would like to. So you can see the weather forecast. First component is weather forecast, and the other component that's integrated here is the Wikipedia article all around the position of all around the current position of the device. So you can see geographical station from also may or may good. Okay, the current position is here from our building. So okay. So the location mashup uses GPS data from the host device to perform mashup execution and broadcast the result back to the clients. In the same way, the host device can add as, so in the same way, you can use the camera available on the device using the browser to access to the web application that can access to the camera from the device, like iPad, without any camera or camera-related sensor. So the taken picture will be sent back via HTTP connection. In the evaluation section, we provide a comparison to other approaches. It contains also composer usability tests and program measurement test results and discussion about other related topics also. When compared to what we have shown in the first place, MIDO extends the capability to integrate sensors and mobile applications. With the flow-based MIDO, you can create standard web service, standard web application, and you can use mashup process scheduling mechanism, web mashup session management mechanism, and also the mashup output context transformation. On the other hand, the event-based composition allows the integration of data that is displayed in real time, such as event trigger mechanism and the continuous data stream. The event-based, however, can cover more the compositions, but may lead to the low usability when exposed to the end-user development. So compared to the programming language, the the end user development of our methods is higher, but the coverage of what you can create by our approaches is not as powerful as the programming language. So the merits found from our method is that one, Mito delivers two methods: a simple flow-based for noise composer and another event-based compositions for the real-time method execution. And the method allows reuses and creations of mobile application, web service, web application, while the other, they only focus on the creation of web application and web services. More sets of web application and web services can be applied to Mito. The demerit is that the GUI elements cannot be created. You cannot create a new GUI element using our description language. And in event-based composition method, GUI elements can be created using HTML and JavaScript. So you have to have a skill to build the GUI elements using HTML and JavaScript if you like to integrate those components into your mashup. So when compared to our approaches, our approach can deliver the reuse and creation of mobile application, web service, and web applications. The device-dependent approach allows the mobile application and sensor available for integration, so you can access, because the deployment is on the device, so you can access the sensors, the mobile application at the time. While Yahoo Pipes is use the proxy server architecture, so Yahoo Pipes can only apply the predefined set of web service, only a set of web service that can be integrated, and you can only create a mobile application out of the Yahoo Pipes. About the language called Maria, you can use any web service and any web application to create web application, but it's not, you are not allowed to create a mobile application out of the language. So our drawbacks, we still have our drawback here, the simulation. So when you create your mashup, the simulation process, so you cannot see everything changing in real time. So when you create your mashup, the generation process and the execution process is separated. But for Yahoo Pipes, you can see all the execution in real time when you're integrating things. Also, that in our approach, all the GUI elements are borrowed from each component in the flow execution. So in other approaches, you can build your own web application. You can build your own GUI elements inside the tool. But for the web extraction tool, we provide a two-level extraction algorithm. That is, if you see in Maria, they use only one level extraction algorithm, and it's not applicable to the mobile device because of the tag, the structure of the web page is different on the mobile. If you see it on the proxy server, if you see the page on the mobile device. And the last thing is about the programming skill that we require. So we do not require any programming skill. So if you understand the flow base of Mito, you can use Mito. And about Maria, if you use Maria, you have to have your skills in the level of the system integrator in order to integrate your mashup in Maria language. And also about the output. The output as a set to a web service can be reused from inside the device, or it can be connected from outside the device. For Maria, you can also reuse the output as a web application. But for App Inventor, you cannot reuse all what